You're awake. Excellent. I thought I had dosed you too heavily and you might not wake up. And if you don't wake up, I don't get to have any fun now, do I? So, I'm thinking that I will flay your skin first. Then, maybe I'll slice the webbing between your fingers and toes.
Since 1992, where death metal is a threat to society. They are known for their controversy in 1995, when the local police seized their debut album due to offensive content. Still remaining strong, they are here in Singapore, going to kick asses soon. They are Desecration! Yeah! Syarmilla with them in Aeternus Metallum.
You guys with me now is from UK Desecration! So how are you guys doing?
Very, very good.
Really good.
Very good?
Alright,
Alright.
Die, motherfucker!
Okay, hailing from the British community, are you guys football fanatics? If so, what teams do you guys support?
Oh, no, definitely not.
No.
None of us.
Next question.
Hate football.
Alright, sure.
Easy.
Alright, sure.
Rugby, we're Welsh. Rugby.
Okay, here's the second question, yeah? As a band that spawned from the early 90s, where death metal was considered at its prime, it seems to be a rarity to see bands preserving that raw and dirty sound of this genre. So, what do you think of the modern sound of today's death metal bands?
Too overproduced. Everything sounds like a drum machine all the time. That's my personal...
including us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Which we're going to change. Which we're going to
Okay. Alright, we know that these are just an expression and a form of art, which is part of death metal music. Have you guys ever got into trouble with the authorities before?
Our first album, we got into a lot of trouble with artwork and lyrics, and we even had to go to court. A lot of legal problems in Britain. So that's been quite a controversial thing with this band for many years.
Right. Which show did you guys play that had the best crowd?
Oh, I don't know.
There's been lots of good
Too many, huh?
Tell you the worst.
Newport. Newport has got me the way.
Probably London. The best crowd's London.
Damnation crowd was pretty good too.
Damnation was excellent both times here.
Yeah, some festival crowds.
Right. Alright, is there any Asian metal bands that you guys specifically like?
Wormrot.
We're all fans of. Oh, you know them?
It's funny that your Gore and Perversion album is banned, and you guys very well know that there are much more bands out there with perverted and crazier lyrics. Do you think it's sabotage?
No, I think it was, at the time, there were less bands doing there weren't as many gore bands around, and it was a relatively new thing at the time. Nowadays, there's millions of bands doing that kind of thing. So
I
it's...
disagree though.
Go on then.
I think Gore and Perversion is one of the most perverted albums ever made. It always will be, and it's why there was so much trouble.
Back then in the 90s?
And yeah, but it was worse. Censorship was really bad back then, but even now there are bands that can't touch it, I think.
Okay. Alright, what do you guys think about countries that bans bands just because of their influences and beliefs? Do you think this will affect metalheads' freedom of expression?
Oh.
Yeah, because of their influences and beliefs.
That sucks, that does.
Well, there's no need, is there? There's no need at all. They're playing music, and to be honest, in this genre, I can't even understand what pop bands sing. So I got no chance of understanding lyrics of these sorts of bands. To me, it's just music, and you know, if the fun police want to, you know, ruin everything, well, that's really bad.
Is it heavy metal, or do you have these problems with rap and all that as
Any
well?
kind of genre that
Anything.
Yeah.
Well, generally you're not a fan of censorship at all, you? Any kind.
Yeah, I thought it was really.
So, yeah, it's monsoon season, thanks to Jeff.
No, we have like freedom of speech in UK, so we kind of think that it should be everywhere, really.
So it brings benefits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Music, as we all know, is a universal and it's a form of expression. Why do you think some people are still negative towards metal?
Because they don't understand it.
They don't understand
If it's not in your blood, you'll never understand.
Yeah, that's a good moment.
Right.
I think it's really, yeah.
Okay. Right. Britain is the home to many great metal and punk bands such as Iron Maiden, Venom, The Clash and Sex Pistols. Is there a unity in the underground scene between the two? And what's your view on the unity in the underground scene, if there's any left?
What? They're sending it over to me. I don't know. I think I should leave that for
So
when
what
these
do you
guys...
basically think about these two scenes? Punk and
What,
metal?
metal and punk?
Yeah, do you think that they are united as one? Whoa, look at that!
Yes and no.
I got Johnny
think some-
Knoxville coming.
The minority in then no, but then mainly I think you get a lot of like metalists at a punk gig and punks at a metal gig.
There is a lot
Usually.
Well, to coin a phrase, there's a lot of crossover anyway with that kind of thing. I mean, you'll get extremists on ones, punks who won't listen to metal, metalers who won't listen to punk. But generally, I think there is a crossover in between, and I think it's a good thing.
Alright, any crazy or weird, memorable moments you guys had while touring?
Too many.
You've just list one of them.
Mikey's wagon wheel story.
So there's too many memorable moments, right?
You know, something happens all the time. Like wrapping each other in toilet roll and setting fire to it and stuff.
Oh.
Things like this.
If you're sober and straight enough to remember things, then they obviously weren't rock and roll enough.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to remember them, then they're not going to be very good.
Okay.
I've been
Right.
told I've done some crazy things, but I don't remember them.
Yeah.
That's my story, I'm sticking to it.
Alright.
Stick to a lot of things.
Okay, are you guys particular with the equipments you guys use, or do you make use of what that is provided by the venues or the organizers?
Depends on where we're playing,
Yeah, it
really.
depends.
It's, yeah, when we travel abroad, it's very, very difficult to bring like cymbals and drum kits and things over. So obviously you have to know what people are able to supply you with.
Yeah.
But But in general, I think it's always good to use your own gear because you know where you are. So it's
I don't
a bit of a mixed
know.
bag.
I don't know what I'm doing with gear, so just use anything. And he just plays bass and all. Doesn't matter. Whatever.
He's got two buttons on his amp, on and off.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
Right.
Yon doesn't work. It's busted.
In a world of modern technology where music is easily spread, accessible and downloadable to the masses, do you mind people downloading your music for free? And do you think this is an act of support?
Well, at least it gets heard,
Yeah.
which is the main thing.
I'm up for it. I'm all for it, really. It's just, it's easier to spread music that way. I mean, whether paid for or not, it means that the music is getting out there wherever it could be. Like,
People
much
hear our
more.
stuff. Even if they hear it for free, they're gonna more likely to come and see us live and buy our shirts. And
Well, I'll have something for free if it's good enough. I'll want to have the originals anyway. I'll want to have the artwork and everything. So there are obviously going to be a lot of people who don't care but like you say, it's getting the music out there is the most important thing.
I don't think it's not killing the music scene, as people say. It's not at all. It's helping it.
Anything anyway, so.
Exactly.
All right, here's the last question. What would you like to say to your fans in Asia?
Hello?
Maybe just like a few words.
Carry on supporting us. Thank if you're coming to the show, thanks very much. And at last you can see Desecration.
All right, thank you guys.
Aeternus Metallum!
Die, motherfucker!
It's up to JT! Yeah!